All right, good morning. I am actually out in the morning this time. So it has been quite a few weeks since my last video. That's mainly because it's been raining and terrible conditions and all that. We had like 2 or 3 inches of very, very wet snow when it was 35 degrees out. So, that's the kind of weather that has been presenting itself when I have actually had time to hike, because obviously I can't go when I'm working. So, I'm finally back out, and we are out today on this lovely day at Purgatory Falls. So the hope is that we are going to be able to find a upper falls that is full of water, and I don't have to worry about the sun setting like I did last time. Well, let's get to it. All right, so not quite as high as it was last time, but there is one significant difference from a photography perspective compared to last time, and that's this time I brought the tripod. So, as you can see, I am equipped now to do some long exposures of the falls. I also brought my ND filter and all that, so we should have a good time of it. It'll be interesting, and I'm kind of wishy-washy on the whole long exposure thing anyway, but I guess let's get to it. This, I've got my 50mm on, and then I've got a 6-stop ND filter. So what that ND filter is going to allow me to do in this particular situation is allowing me to get about a 1 second. The water's flowing fast enough that a 1 second is more than sufficient. Another difference between this time and last time, other than the tripod and filters, I brought my full pack this time, which I forgot how heavy I load this thing down. So that'll be interesting, but I need to get back into shape if I'm gonna hike all the 4,000 footers I want to hike this summer, because I definitely want to make sure that I hit at least 4 so that I match my pace from last year. But the hope is, and generally speaking this is possible, a lot of those trails allow you, very easily to get 2 or sometimes even 3 peaks all in one go. Now, they're longer trails, right? So, for example, I hike at approximately 1 mile an hour. So, that's a little problematic when you've got a 12-mile hike ahead of you. However, if I can speed myself up even to a modest 1.5 miles per hour, that cuts that time down. So, 12 hours turns into 8 hours. Yeah, that's a 4-hour reduction. And it's only a 0.5 mile an hour increase in pace. So, that's the goal, to get back into shape now that the weather started to warm up. And soon, the semester will be over, and I will have a lot more free time to go out hiking and train. So the further I go, the less hopeful I'm getting about the upper falls, just because last time I was here, obviously the lower falls were much higher, you know, and just the general water level was higher. A lot of the places I've been walking recently were pretty much flooded last time, so we've had at least some decrease in the volume of water. And as I mentioned previously in other vlogs, Purgatory Falls isn't fed by a river, right? It's fed by what I assume is groundwater and therefore also rainwater. And while it's been raining recently, not as intensely as it was when last time I was here. In fact, last time I was here, I had to go around a couple of places because it was so flooded that the water level was above my boots. So, cautiously optimistic. Well, we got water. A lot more water in the upper falls this time than I have ever seen the upper falls. So, bonus there, but I don't know. I think there's some interesting things to be photographed, but I don't think it's the falls itself. The kind of whirlpools of bubbles and, well, pond scum make for some, I guess, interesting subjects. Not a complete loss, but if you're looking for waterfall photos, the lower falls are where it's at. That means the only thing left is to hike back, which luckily is all downhill, so shouldn't be too taxing, and I've got plenty of time. Good hike. All right, I'll see you when I see you.